Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Please disconnected.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, good morning, my friends. Welcome. The Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Good morning. Yeah. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, 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 Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Ah. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Mm. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh my Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. 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 Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Oh my Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. There he is, Karuna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, let's see the dream. Where's this dream here? Let's see. Amazing dream. Was in a church and start to sing the Maha mantra, and the people also sing the Maha mantra. And outside, people, angels, were fallen down by the devil. Went outside and sing the Shinga Pranam, and also the people and the devil lost his power. Yeah. Yeah, God. Yeah. Trippy, the whole thing. Krishna, 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 Krishna. This is Gopal Guru. Explanation of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra by Gopal Guru Goswami. Disciple of Swarup Damodar of Puri. Just as fire, on contacting an object, automatically burns it. Just as fire, on contact with an object, automatically burns it. So the name of Hare takes away. The name of Hare takes away or burns up all his sins of the people with materialistic hearts. It removes all ignorance and reveals the transcendental blissful. It removes all ignorance and reveals the transcendental. blissful form of the Lord. He reveals the transcendental blissful form of the Lord. Also, Hare means that personality who attracts the minds of all the people in the universe when they hear stories of his transcendental qualities. Uh, uh, uh. Hare means that personality who attracts the minds of all the people in the universe when they hear stories of his transcendental qualities, or he who attracts the minds of people by his beautiful youthful form, or he who attracts the minds of people by his beautiful youthful form. Hare, in the grammatical form of address, the vocative or calling out to a person becomes Hare. The word Hare has another meaning. Hara is Srimati Radhika. Hare is Srimati Radhika. Daughter of Vishnu Bhanu, daughter of Vishnu Bhanu, who steals the mind of Hari, who steals the mind of Hari. Krishna, by her unalloyed love, by her unalloyed love. Hara, in the form of address, also becomes Hare. Hara, in the form of address, also becomes Hare. Hara is Srimati Radhika, daughter of Vishnu Bhanu, who steals Hare, the mind, Hari, the mind of Hari, Krishna, by her unalloyed love. Hara, in the form of address, also becomes Hare. The word Krishna is composed of the root Krish, meaning boo, the shelter of all existence. Krish is composed of the root Krish, meaning boo, the shelter of all existence. And the word na, meaning nivritti, of the form of the supreme bliss. Combined, they form the word Krishna, which signifies Param Brahma, the supreme personality of Godhead with blissful form. The word Krish is composed of the root Krish, meaning boo, the shelter of all existence, and the word na, meaning nivritti, or the form of spiritual bliss. See, the shelter of spiritual bliss. See, if you want the shelter of spiritual bliss, you have to go to Krishna. Yeah. No wonder we chant this name so much. It's the shelter of spiritual bliss. See? Yeah. See, the devotees by chanting, they become the shelter of the spiritual bliss. Spiritual bliss takes shelter in them. See, Satchitananda, that's how it manifests. Spiritual bliss takes shelter. The word Rama, the Parabrahma, is known as Ram because the yogis take pleasure in meditate on his eternal blissful form. The word Parabrahma is known as Ram because the yogis take pleasure, Ramate, in meditating on his eternal blissful form. Yeah. It's amazing, huh? This name. It's so you hear it explained from these devotees. It's amazing, You see how the power of it, what it is actually. Yeah. Shelter of spiritual bliss, Krishna. So the name is the shelter. See, and then spiritual bliss is attracted to the name. Yeah. They go together, they live together. That's why we chant Krishna, Hare Krishna. See, it's all about completion. It's interesting. I was watching this, I only saw part of it and then they cut it off, but this lady was talking about on Facebook that everybody is born incomplete and it'll always be that way. I was thinking, oh, she doesn't know anything about Krishna. Because she's right. We're born incomplete. We're both complete, but incomplete. See, we're looking to, that's why everybody's going around searching outside themselves for completion. Oh, this woman's going to complete me. This man's going to complete me. My child is going to complete me. I'll be happy with a child, happy with a wife, happy with money. It'll complete me. I'll feel complete. See, and there's some completion, but there's happiness and distress. See, that's the world. See, this is the thing. This is called the Maya. Because it's not really us. We're looking for completion in the material objects, which cause happiness and distress. Just that's their nature. It's the nature of Maya, always happiness and distress. But people have no alternative. They don't know. Oh, let me find completion in Krishna. See, that's why the Lord leaves his name. We can very easily find completion in Krishna. See? Find happiness. Isn't that why people have a daughter and a son and money? Is they're looking for happiness, right? That's their bliss. See, but Krishna, his transcendental name, is a shelter for perfect happiness, complete happiness. See, no more material happiness and distress now, because you're looking to the eternal form for complete. See, because that's us. That's the reason why it's so hard for people to take up this Krishna consciousness movement. Maybe they'll get up to Vaidhi, but to go beyond that, to where your happiness and your purification and your inspiration is in the name itself. See, you get the bliss, the shelter of the bliss. This is why people have to get purified to do that, because they're so used to taking shelter of what causes happiness and distress. That's what caused the contamination. It's material energy. It's dense. See? People don't know any better. They don't know any different. Yeah, that's why the devotees, they chant. You can tell, like now, people, when they hear the name, they're being uplifted. See, they're starting to feel the happiness of that. You could see that on the faces here in Playa del Carmen. We're going out chanting, and you could see people are not just. Yeah, I remember there's a time most people were just kind of walking by, like indifferent. Now you could see there's a lifting. of the potency, because they're feeling the happiness of the name, and it feels good to smile and not to just walk down because of the distress of the world, meditating on the world, and its distresses. See, the demons are out there. Give me your attention, right? Isn't that what they're doing? Basically, they're just trying to get your attention. Yeah, look at what we're doing. That we're destroying everything. No, it's okay. Not right now. They're destroying everything. You can't hear? Oh,
You keep banging the table very loud.
oh, sorry. It's banging the table. Yeah. Yeah, so they're always they're calling for attention, and people give the demons attention right now, and they're miserable. They're unhappy. So, so Krishna is trying to call his attention. Call attention, to the name, like in Sadhu Sangha. Call your attention over here and feel the upliftment. It's better. It's more wholesome. It's eternal. It gives you back your immortality. Yeah, much better deal. The Parabrahman is known as Ram because the yogis take pleasure in meditating on the eternal blissful form. The Supreme Lord is called Ram because he carries out pastimes of pleasure with the most beautiful Sri Radha. O Radha, please attract my mind and free me from this material world. O Krishna, please attract my mind. O Radha, attract my heart by showing your sweetness. O Krishna, purify my mind by giving knowledge of how to perform worship of you through your pure devotee. It's transcendental knowledge. See, we need this knowledge, don't we? People don't know. Oh, I have to go and learn to perform this worship through a pure devotee. I thought I can just go anywhere. I thought I can go where these people are telling me I can go. See? But unless you chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion, you cannot really guide people because you don't know yourself. You just naturally speculate. You won't understand. You won't be able to relate to these explanations because you don't feel them yourself. You don't feel that shelter. So how can you? Your mind will be naturally plagued by material motives and what do you call? Yeah, material motives, material intentions, duplicities. See, because everything in the world is duplicitous like this. Dual. See, material duality, happiness and distress. O Krishna, purify my mind, giving me knowledge of how to perform worship of you through your pure devotee. That's why the devotees speak. That's why they teach. Only they know.
Thanks for using.
Only they understand. O Krishna, give me steadiness to appreciate your name, qualities, and pastimes. O Krishna, may I develop taste for serving you. See, steadiness. Yeah. Taste for serving you. Anyway, this is when we're chanting the holy name, we're serving the Lord, making him happy. That's why, the devotee partakes of that happiness and witnesses. Basically, we're just witnessing for the Lord. That's all we're really doing. It's all about witnessing. Hey, man, the Lord really likes this. And I found a great secret. Man, what he likes, I like the best of everything. It's the best happiness is what he likes, and to do the service to the name. Yeah, it makes him so happy, and my God, I found my happiness is in his happiness. See, this is being in the Lord, and the Lord is in you. Yeah, otherwise you don't know. Otherwise the other Lord, the Mayic Lord, it's in you, man. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Oh Radha, please make me qualified for your service. What is her service? Is to make the Lord happy, right? Give pleasure to the Lord. Isn't that what every woman does? Isn't that her service? To give pleasure to the man? Even the reflection is showing that. Right? How do you become a maidservant of you? You assist in giving pleasure to Krishna, like she does. Become her assistant. Oh Krishna, may I develop a taste for serving you. A taste. See how important that taste is? Lord Chaitanya said yesterday, he said, if you just do the rules and the regulations your whole life and you don't develop taste for the name and the pastimes and the qualities of Krishna, you've been laboring futilelessly. It's been futile. Because it's all meant to culminate there. You see, like the Lord wants everybody to get it in this life, not this mini lifetime trip. Always this lifetime. The Lord's very eager. He wants happiness now. Who likes to ask Karuna? He doesn't like delayed sense gratification. He wants to have it now. You think the Lord is any different than Karuna? Same. Wants it now. Doesn't want to wait for many lifetimes for delayed sense gratification. That's for people in the world. They delay, oh, well, because, that's just the way the world works. Everything is hard, the sweat of your brow, right? Isn't that what they teach in the world? You got to discipline, you got to work for it. No work, no eat. Here we work to eat. Literally, our work is move the mouth, man, so we can eat at the same time. No delay. No, wait, work, and then you can eat later. No, work and eat. This is a work and eat program. Immediate food, generate. See, everything is a delay in the world. Here, no delay. See, it's better than 5G, no delay. This is 10G. Speaking of a cup of coffee. Oh. Boy, this is a great explanation of the Maha Mantra. Can you relate to this, Lalita? Please make me qualified for your service. See, but this is the thing. People think I'm chanting my 16 rounds. I'm going to Vrindavan because Prabhupada said so. No, you're going to go to Vrindavan when you're qualified for the service of Radha. That means you enjoy serving Krishna. That's simple. No enjoying serving the transcendental name and showing that there's some pleasure in chanting, not like I'm just doing my duty. So there's great transcendental pleasure. I mean, great pleasure in chanting. Not just a little, I'm going back to Vrindavan. Oh yeah, they don't need people like you there. You just spoil the pastimes. They like people who have great pleasure in associating with Krishna. So you better learn that here, man. Better learn from the spiritual master who has great pleasure. You can see with your own eyes, this person has great pleasure in serving the name of Krishna, because that is Krishna, man. Great pleasure in addressing Krishna, calling Krishna. That's simple. Okay? In other words, what kind of spiritual master are you, man? You're just an imitator. Imitation. Fake bacon. You ever see fake bacon? If it's fake, it's not real. We want the bacon, man. Give me the bacon.
Pig's a filthy animal.
Yeah, I love this, man. Krishna, may I develop a taste for serving you, man. This is so great. It's so easy. Taste for serving his name. If you develop a taste for serving the name, you're qualified for Vrindavan. Because that's how they are there. They just love chanting, or hearing, or some kind of way of serving Krishna's name or pastimes. Sankirtan, going out chanting. Well, look at Janaki, man. She's sick, fever and everything. I said, you want to go out? Yeah, of course. She goes out anyway. Sick, rain or shine, just like the mailman, just like Radhe. Radhe would probably go out, rain or shine, snow or cold. Deliver that mail, man.
Don't rise to it. Do not rise to it. You don't have to go out every day.
Oh, Radha, please instruct me on how I can serve you. O Radha, let me hear of your intimate pastimes with your beloved. See, yeah, and hear, I mean, really hear them. Otherwise, we hear but don't hear. See, we hear about the spiritual path but don't hear. See, why? Because people that are not qualified are telling you. You got to hear from those who hear the pastimes. See, isn't that the secret? This is a secret. If you're not understanding the pastimes, you got to hear from those who hear the pastimes. Really hear them, whether they're speaking them or and they're chanting that the Lord is revealing them. You got to hear these revelations, otherwise you'll never understand. There's no way to understand except through hearing. If you can't hear the word, the language of the Lord, you got to hear from those who do know that language. Otherwise, there's no way. That's why the Bible was written. That's why the scriptures are written. And still people don't understand because they got to hear them from a devotee, a living devotee. That's why there's a reason that says there are two types of Bhagavats that are important. One is the book Bhagavat, and the other is the devotee explaining this language, these truths. Because they realize, they have realized a devotional eye. Without devotion, you're blind. Everybody is blind. We're all blind without devotion. Devotion is the eye that we're looking for. See, devotion is the eye of the soul. Yeah, if that's not open, you're blind. Yeah. Oh, Ram, Krishna, let me hear your intimate pastimes with your beloved. O Radha, reveal to me your pastimes with your beloved. O Ram, reveal to me your pastimes with your beloved. O Ram, engage me in remembering your name, form, qualities, and pastimes. O Radha, be pleased with me. O Radha, be pleased with me. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Jiva Goswami. Oops, resource. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. You know, just huh? What?
I said Tom just put a message up.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay, great. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Prema Bhakti Chandrika by Narottam Das Thakur. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Yeah, until people can actually accept that they're in ignorance, how can they listen? How can they even enter the path? They need to say, I've been dormant. I'm in ignorance. I don't really know. I just think I know. Yeah, people even in Krishna consciousness, they're not really in Krishna consciousness yet because they think they can see. Yeah, without devotion, nobody can see. And if you have devotion, there's symptoms. Yeah, there's symptoms. There's this ecstatic devotion. There's this great transcendental happiness. You could see the devotee is relishing, tasting, in serving the transcendental name. The name is transcendental. How else can you see the name? You got to see that the name is transcendental. Otherwise, it's mythology. You know how many Indians still think that this is just mythology because now they're more scientific now? They don't see that the name is a science also, the greatest science. They don't see that because nobody can show that to them. Their family gurus can't show. This is why these ISKCON gurus, they're just like a family guru. You kind of inherit them. They can't show you the holiness of the name. You got to see this name is otherworldly, is different than anything else. Only the devotees can show that. See? And look, people have gotten so far away from this truth. It should be self-evident. But people think it's evil or something. It's evil to show the glories of serving the name in great ecstatic devotion. It's evil. Or it's bad, or it's illusion, or it's sahaja. Okay? So it has to be reestablished. That means it has to be shown and demonstrated, not hidden away. What is this hiding stuff? We need to see more of this. No wonder Prabhupada said, do more of this. Yeah, people need to see it a lot. It has to oh, this is normal. Well, what do these guys repeat? They make something abnormal normal. That's what demons do. What they have in store for people is so bad. They got to just repetitively, just keep pushing it out, man. The message. Put your friggin' mask on. It's good. It's good. You remember how people resisted that for a while? Nobody was driving with everybody would laugh at people with the mask driving down the road, right? Or a mask walking down the street. Look how stupid that is. And they just see the message. The message. They put the lie out enough, and after a while people believe, oh yeah, of course we got to wear this. Go walking down the street in the car with no air in there, and then less. People think that's normal. Well, what do you think about ecstatic devotion? People got to see people ecstatic on the streets, man. It's normal. This is the new normal. Hey, you might as well have this new normal than this other new. You want that new normal? No, this is the new normal. Ecstatic worship of the name. That should be in ISKCON, should be their new normal. Not dry chanting, not dry ceremonies, external ceremony. No, internal worship of the Lord. Drop all the flowers, man. Open your mouth in ecstasy. The Lord's looking for those kind of flowers. Internal flowers, man. That kind of happiness. When will Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet? See, when will Rupa Goswami, who has established within the material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya? See, so who's doing that? See, they say, well, you see, Rupa Goswami was a no-show, man. We don't show, he didn't show. Oh, yeah? He didn't establish I thought he was established the mission of Lord Chaitanya. Isn't that a self-evident mission? What was Lord Chaitanya? He was going down the street in ecstasy. 25 years he was in Puri, chanting in ecstasy before the public, crying, laughing, joking, everything. South India ecstasy, and I was showing the world, man, look how wonderful it is to serve Krishna like this. Showing how everything I just read, he was showing. See, that's establishing the movement. Some movement of what the Lord came here to establish. He came here to establish ecstatic worship of the Lord, spontaneous devotional service. Pick up the gift. It's when it's being distributed, take the gift. Take the gift of association of his real devotees, get purified, so you can chant in ecstasy also like they do. See? So you see, even Nartam was saying, this is Rupa Goswami came to establish this. They think he came to be a no-shower, a naysayer. No, ecstatic devotion in this world. That's supposed to be Rupa Goswami. And look, a completely opposite conclusion of Nartam. Came to establish with the Lord. The Lord was out down the street, man, in public. Take the name, ecstatically chant the Lord, man. You got to get it from an ecstatic chanter. Nobody else can pass this on. That's why you see ISKCON is dry. Gaudiya Samiti is dry. I'm watching Gaudiya Samiti classes. They're dry. Their chanting is dry. All ceremonial, it's like, you ever see these movies there, Karuna, and they're having a dinner party at a rich elite places, and it's so contrived, and they're all following the etiquettes. That's what the Gaudiya Samiti thing looked like to me. They're all there, they're contrived, they're having nice little tea party, and it's all, like everybody's under glass and so much etiquette. Oh, just like going to an elite's tea party. I mean, just to be honest with you. Everybody's just trying to do the right thing, just perfect thing. Oh, look how humble that person is. Oh, go hard. Look, he's so unhumble, man. Look
Do
at
you
him.
know how much fun they have at those parties?
Huh? What?
Do you know how much fun they have at those parties?
There's no fun at all.
It's all one
etiquette.
big drama.
Yeah. Anyway, that's external. That's all that stuff, man. External. This is the Lord came to give this intimate worship, man. It's very informal, very intimate, very ecstatic. The Lord wants that informality. You know, get all these formal etiquettes between you and him out of the friggin' way. Okay? That's why Lord Chaitanya came to establish this kind of worship. We're here to establish this kind of worship. Get all these formal etiquettes out of the way. Move aside, you know, and this natural, loving, ecstatic relation. That's what the Lord, Rupa Goswami came to establish that. Well, who's going to do it now? They're establishing something different. No, I'm sorry. Somebody's got to reestablish, reawaken, revitalize the truth from its source, where it was. Source code. This is source code, man. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, be glorified. By virtue of his expanding attractive features, he subjugated the gopis, Tarika and Pali, and absorbed Shama and Lalita. He is the most attractive lover of Srimati Radharani, and is the reservoir of pleasure for all devotional mellows. To the feet of my spiritual master, which is the abode of pure devotional service. See, the abode. Where are you going to see pure devotional? You see it anywhere? Is it in these gurus? Is it in Radhanath? Is that abode of pure devotion? Is that what it is? Is it in Jayapataka? I mean, honestly, asking questions, not to be offensive. Where is the abode of pure devotional service? Can you see where it is? Where you know, it has to have a house, has to be in a temple. What temple is the abode of pure devotional service? What is it? That's why nobody knows what it is. Nobody's ever seen it. Nobody's ever heard it really glorified, except the book is always glorifying it. But nobody, no living temple, because there's no abode. Very rare to find. Oh, there's the abode of etiquette over there. You know, see, that person's, you know, he's the shelter of perfect etiquette. He's Hare Bhakti Vilas personified. You ever read that book? That's for Brahmins, you know. They want to spend their whole lives perfecting the etiquettes. Somebody had to write that book for it. You know. But where is the abode of pure devotional service? What does it look like? It only if you go to a temple, you have to see that worship being performed. That means you got to go to a person, you know, because you ain't going to see that worship in any temples nowadays. Forget it. They'll kick you out immediately. That, you know, they don't want to be seen, this kind of devotional service, the abode of pure devotional service, where it's pure, you know, from one soul to the supreme soul in all its ecstatic union. Oh, its beauty, its unusual characteristics. Oh no, you don't want to see that. I want to see that. I love seeing that. That's why I come here every day, to see the worship being performed. I like to hear the realizations and revelations from people who worship like that. Otherwise, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in hearing talks from people who are not ecstatic. Are you? You want to go to these dry gurus and listen to their talks that come from their dry hearts? Can you imagine? I couldn't even imagine that. It's outside of my imagination. I wouldn't even want to. You ever go to one? Go. You can tell if a guru has any realization or revelation. Go and listen to what they say. Oh, my guru, he's so ecstatic, but he never shows it. Well, go listen to a class and you'll see if he's ecstatic or not. I went to so many. I went to the Narayan Raj groups. All their gurus, man. I wanted to see that because they were all no shows. Oh, yeah, we're so ecstatic, but we don't show nothing, man, because we're Rupa Goswami's followers. I said, okay, well, let me go listen. Speculations, dry, intellectual, and then glorifying that their whatever ecstasy they came with was taken away. So the point is, that's not it, man. That ain't pure of no stuff, purebhakti.com. No way. Purebhakti.com. You want that? Come here. This is authentic. This is real deal. This is not a lie. This is not a cheat. This is not an imitation. Maya is always imitating all the way to the end. And this is the end. You show up here, yeah, you've gotten through all the bewildering obstacles and illusions. You got to see the real deal, the real performance of this worship of Vrindavan at some point in some lifetime. That's how rare Lord Chaitanya is, or his devotee, his associate. Performing that kind of worship here was a rare thing. This was unprecedented. That's why the mercy is unprecedented then and now. Well, look at Narayana. I said many life. Oh, Prema Bhakti, many life. But look now. People glorify him as the greatest acharya, like after Prabhupada. Maybe even better, they say. But in many lifetimes. And here it's now, because the real thing is here, not the imitations on all levels of imitations. It's all about this incarnation, Lord Chaitanya, man. People think, you think it's just words, the most magnanimous incarnation that's ever been? You think it's just a friggin' word? It's not really true? The most magnanimous of ever any incarnate gave that no other incarnation gave before? You think it's just a word? The only way you'll know it's not a word is you come here and see it's not just a word. It's a word of God. Okay? Word of God, not word of man, word of speculations, word of his Maya, but his word, given his word. Okay? Word of God, word of the Lord. This is real, man. This is the realest it's ever going to get. Well, it'll get more reality. It becomes more real, more solid, more substantial, to the point where even atheists will figure it out. Even Vaidhi Bhaktas will get it. They'll realize, oh, this is kind of different, man. This is a little different than what we're doing. Yeah, man, you're right. Who is this? Oh, there he is. Hey, Govinda. Yeah. So I will to the lotus feet of my spiritual master, which is the Abode devotional service. I am very fallen and low and fallen. I who am very fallen bow down with great care and attention in my heart. O brother, crossing the realm of repeated birth and death by his mercy will attain Krishna. See, that's what song they're singing every friggin' day in ISKCONs. Every day, and don't understand any of it. Because you got to act it, man. You got to act it in life. You have to meet such a spiritual man. You got to feel that, man. You got to see that in your own life, that you literally are like that. You can relate to Nartham saying that. Man, I've crossed over, man. I met a real guru, man. I was stuck in this world. I was stuck in ISKCON. Stuck. I couldn't move anywhere. I couldn't progress anywhere until I met a bona fide spiritual master who was empowered by the transcendental Lord and lifted me out of this. It's got to be real for you. Otherwise, you're like that. They're all practicing every day, singing, words they don't understand, can't comprehend. That's why they have to see you guys dedicated to the truth. You found such a spiritual master that they haven't found yet. They're just singing the song. You're living the song. The song is alive in you, in your example. Okay? See, this is it, Nartham. See, that's why his songs, they don't exactly know why. They don't know why Prabhupada chose these songs. Because he knew that he wouldn't be able to provide them with the full thing yet. They wouldn't even realize these things. He couldn't even, it was just, let me write my books and in the future somebody will come to finish it off. Finish the work. What do you think Jesus said? It's finished. When people realize it's by the mercy of the spiritual master, that's when they got the Holy Spirit, man. They got it by the mercy of Jesus, a living devotee who had the Holy Spirit, who was empowered to awaken it in them. This got to be real for every single person in the world. Otherwise, you see the pride. I see it in the New Age. Everybody, I don't need no guru. I'm Guru Dave. I'm sovereign in myself. I'm into the Buddha. I'm into the Buddhists. And you get all these Buddha. Oh, yeah, this Lama is that the Lama hasn't realized God either. See? So nobody is demonstrating, following the real path until you find the real empowered devotee by the transcendental Lord. See? Then you get the substance. Then you understand, wow, this is a narrow path. There is only one way to understand this. There's only one guru, man. The one empowered by the spiritual Lord, the transcendental Lord. And the Lord delivers me through them. Delivers you where? Well, the greatest explanation of that where is Vaishnava disciplic line. All the way back from Lord Chaitanya, who revealed Vrindavan. That's where you're going to go. You want to go there? You want to associate with that Lord, the golden goose, man, from all this other stuff that gooses everybody comes from? Because they're after the goose eggs. They want all the opulences of God instead of God himself. See, that's a devotee. They won't lose. I want God. I want the goose, man. I don't want all these eggs coming from him. All these unlimited eggs. Unlimited opulences and everything. Why not get the Lord, man? They all come from him. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I will make the words of my spiritual masters from my spiritual master's lotus mouth one with my heart. I do not want the desire for anything to stay in my heart. Love for the spiritual master's lotus feet is the highest goal. And by his mercy, all desires are fulfilled. See? That's why if you don't love a real spiritual master, you don't love Krishna, because they deliver you Krishna. That's the whole point. You know, they're the ones Krishna comes through. You know, his mercy comes through them and only them. You got to find the real, authentic devotees. Yeah, love for the spiritual master's lotus feet is the highest goal. Isn't that amazing? The highest goal. Because if you don't demonstrate that in this life, that means you didn't realize Krishna yet. See? Those who are the devotees of my devotees, Krishna says, right, are my real devotees. See? Because now you realize, oh, the Lord is using this spiritual master to deliver himself. See, because he's doing that to the devotee. What do you think the devotees are? The devotees relishing the scriptures, relishing the name. That's Krishna, man. He's relishing the prasad. See, now you understand. Oh wow, these are the remnants, man. My guru, he's chanting in ecstasy and tasting the name. Let me partake of those remnants. If you don't recognize those as remnants, as the food, this is when, you know, Jesus said, I have food that you know not of. He said to his disciples, I have food that you know not of. Okay? Please, stop hitting the table. Sorry about that. Thanks. Food, yeah. This is the food, man. This is the food of the soul. That's why, again, you know, only the awakened soul can awaken your soul. Not people that are not awake. Come on, man. Wake up. I do not want the desire for anything to stay in my heart. Love for the spiritual master's lotus feet is the highest goal. By his mercy, all desires are fulfilled. He who gave me eyes to see the Lord birth after birth. Oh, he who gave me eyes to see is my Lord birth after birth. He made divine knowledge shine in my heart. And from him come prema bhakti, which destroys ignorance. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. There it is, man, in a nutshell. You know, Jesus told people who were getting enthusiastic hearing from him, he said, go on hearing, and ye shall know this truth, and the truth will set you free. What is that truth? That truth is prema, is that love awakens for God in your heart. Now your soul is awakened. Now that's real initiation. You've initiated into the spiritual path, spiritual life now. Okay, so let's see here. So River, I kind of interrupted your reading. So why don't you read us where you were reading off? Read a little bit. She was just getting going. She was doing her long prayers, and that. Hey, man, it's 4:00. I gotta come on, man. Just finished
Right,
her long prayer. You know?
it's when it feels like it, when it comes. I was reading from chapter 27 of the Madhya Kanda of the Chaitanya Bhagavat, and I'm on page 558.
558.
It's a very small chapter. And it's called The Vaishnava's feeling of separation awakened. It's quite fitting I read this today. I feel a little bit in separation actually, but not. But it's not horrible. It's not. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. All glories to the lotus feet of our wonderful spiritual master and friend, Srila Bhaktivedanta Gaura Hari Das, the living Acharya, the live wire of the true Parampara, bringing down this descending knowledge, transcendental knowledge of the Lord to our hearts, emanating into our hearts as we hold tight onto your lotus feet, my dear spiritual master, Srila Gaura Hari Das. Okay. So I'm starting from, it's the second paragraph. Swiftly, the word spread everywhere that Nimai was going to embrace the mendicant life. The mendicant life. When Sachi Devi heard this news, her heart almost stopped. Her grief was so intense that the pain of the entire world seemed like nothing. Seemed like nothing. She fell to the ground unconscious and remained lying on the floor, her tears flowing in torrents. The lotus-eyed Lord saw this heart-rending sight, sitting very still and grave. Sachimata cried out to Nima, saying, "My darling son, please don't leave. Please don't leave your mother and go. All of us are simply dependent upon seeing your simply dependent upon seeing your divine lotus face, your lotus eyes and moonlight glowing face, and ruby lips and pearly jasmine white teeth, and pearly white jasmine teeth, words like showers of ambrosia, and graceful, gentle elephant gait are impossible to live without." Your constant followers, Advaita and Srivas, and your bosom friends, Nityananda and Gadadhar, are always there. Just stay at home and perform your congregational chanting. You have incarnated to teach everyone the principles of religion. Then which religion teaches one to leave one's mother? You embody the religious principles. And if you forsake your mother, then how will you teach the world about religion? Laden with immense love for her son, Sachi Devi spoke out these words, and the Lord heard all this quietly. Unable to speak, his voice choked with intense love for his mother. She continued, "Your elder brother left some time ago, and when your father left for the Lord's eternal abode, after that, only you remained. But looking at you, I could forget my pains of separation. Now, if you leave, I will certainly give up my life. My dearest son, just see the pitiful sight of your lonely widowed mother." "How can you leave me? Stay home. Nityananda is always here. You can perform kirtan in your own house with all the devotees. You are everything to me." Your eyes are full of love and compassion. Your long arms are exquisite, and your words are cascades of nectar. My limpness, my lampness, darkened house is illuminated by your presence, and your lotus feet are the source of life-giving elixir. Silently, elixir. Thank you. Silently, Vishwambara sat. Vishwambara sat and listened, bearing the deep pain within. As his mother, out of intense love, spoke painful words of separation. Like Kausala, is that right? I don't know. Kausala, trying to reason with Ramachandra. Sachi Devi spoke, unable to calm herself, and the Lord remained patient, silently listening. Sachi Devi felt completely drained out. Rampage. By the storm of grief, food and sleep were to her now a curse. The Lord seeing his mother's condition, revealed to her some secrets that might pacify her. He said, Mother, please calm yourself and listen. I have been your son since my birth. You were once, I don't know how to say, Prishni, and I was, sorry.
Prithni.
Prishni. Prishni, and I was your son. Then again, in another life, you became Aditi and was residing in the heavenly planets. And I became your son, Vanama. Then once again, I became your son, Kapila. When you was Devahuti. When you was Kosala, I was your son Ram. Another time, you were Devaki in Mathura, imprisoned in the dungeons of cruel King Kamsa. And I became your son Krishna. I became your son Krishna in this present incarnation. I will be your son twice. You will be the mother of my incarnation in the deity form, and also the mother of my incarnation as the holy name. Mother, in this way, you have had me as your son eternally. I can never leave you, Mother. I reveal this to you very confidentially. Now, Mother, please allay your fears and grief upon hearing these ecstatic narrations. Sachi Devi was somewhat calmed. Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and Sri Nityananda are my life and soul. I Vrindavandas humbly offer this song at their lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Boy, that was great. Nice reading.
Thank you, Maharaj.
So, Lalita, your turn to read.
Okay, Guru Maharaj. Same book?
You feel like it? Yeah, read the same book.
Okay. I will try.
Read another. Read a different chapter. No.
Yeah. Can I read chapter 10?
Yeah, chapter 10. Sounds
Is
good.
it okay?
Yeah.
Is that of the Madhya Kanda?
Yeah. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. All glories to you. Thank you for your awesome lecture again. And thank you for letting me read and experience the miracles of the Lord and share it with my God brothers and sisters and with everybody who sees this video later, maybe, hopefully. All glories to the previous acharyas. All glories to the Panchatattva, especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Radha Krishna. My dearest friend, Lord Gauranga, you are the ocean of the ocean of transcendental qualities. Oh, glory to you. Oh, glory. And all glory to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, the Supreme Personality, who is without beginning or end. After bestowing boons upon Sridhara, Lord Chaitanya, he began to gently sway his head, and he repeated the name Nada, Nada, Nada. He spoke to Ajita Acharya. Acharya, ask what you need. The Acharya replied, my prayers, they have already been answered, my Lord. Lord Chaitanya appreciated his answer with a thunderous roar that drowned all other sounds. While Lord Chaitanya was still manifesting his Maha Prakasha Lila in the mood of the omnipotent, supremely opulent Lord, Gadadhara Pandita, he prepared betel and he offered it to the Lord, who happily accepted. Lord Nityananda, whose partial expansion Ananta Sesha is support of the universe. He now held the umbrella over Lord Chaitanya as Advaitacharya, another great personage, stood before him. The Lord ordered Murari, look at me, Murari saw Sri Murari saw Ramananda in person. He saw that Vishwabhara, Lord Chaitanya, was sitting on a kingly throne with his bow, his complexion as green as fresh, tender shoots of grass. He saw Janaki Devi, Sita Devi on his left, and Lakshmana on his right. All around, the brave monkey leaders were offering prayers by the influence of Lord Chaitanya's transcendental pastimes. Murari, now perceiving his, his identity as Hanuman, and seeing his beloved Ramachandra, he fell down in an ecstatic swoon. Lord Vishwabhara, he called out aloud, "Hey, monkey, you seem to forget how the demon Ravana, who stole Sita Devi, burned your face. Enraged, you set ablaze his capital, Sri Lanka, and you destroyed his entire race." I am that same Lord. Your worshipful Lord, now you are again in my presence. Rise. Rise, Murari, rise. You are as dear to me as my own life. I am that Lord, Ramachandra, and you are Hanuman. Look now upon Lakshmana, your beloved Lord and soul. You saved his life by bringing from afar the Gandhamadana mountain of obeisances to the lotus feet of Janaki, Sita Devi, whose distress moved you to profuse tears. Lord Chaitanya's words, they brought back Murari's consciousness, and upon awakening, he saw that wonderful scene. And he began to cry. In Krishna Prema. Murari's ecstatic crying moved even the lifeless dry wood. What to speak of the assembled Vaishnavas? Again, Lord Chaitanya spoke to Murari. You may ask me for any boon. Sri Murari replied, "My lord, I do not yearn for anything. I do not yearn for anything. However, grant me just one wish. May I sing only of your glories. May I be born in any situation, but bird after bird, I simply pray that I may remember and serve you in the associates of your servitors.
Yeah. In Kali Yuga, the Lord is here to destroy the dynasties of the demons and even the demigods and establish this new way of worship, this new world order. It's truly, isn't it? Isn't it a new world ordered like this? What a great thing. Yeah, ecstatically worshiping God intimately and overcoming all illusions of the material universe. This is the only way. See, you notice Hanuman, he destroyed that dynasty of Ravana because he was a devotee. See, he saved Lakshman's life. Lakshman he's Lakshman. He's locked up. He's in prison. See, the Neos, the heroes, locked up in all of us. See, the devotee comes and saves the life of Lakshman, saved it with the healing herb. See, that's Krishna, isn't it? Attachment. Hey, Bhakti Lata Bij, healing herb, Bhakti Lata Bij, man. Yeah. This is the life, man. There's no other life, man. Everything is dead. Dead in the modes. See, you're in the modes. The modes are in you. You're in the modes. What a life. This is life, man. Yeah. People, it's it's like a zombie apocalypse out there, man. It's just people dead, doing dead things, living a dead life. And it's like Hollywood blockbusters, they got to make a more lousy movie every year, but they have to put all kinds of loud noises in them and special effects. Isn't that what they're doing now? The movie is so lousy in the world. They just got to make special effects, man. Look at look, people dying, man. Look, injecting them and they're dying by the millions now. They got to make a big blockbuster miserable thing. Isn't that interesting? Now the demigods are getting a little enthused. They were getting bored before, man. Now they got some action, man. They got to fight the new world order. Okay? And the demons are enthused. Oh, we're going to control the whole world. Boy, that's going to be a rush. Get a track and trace everybody's asshole. You can see what's in there. We'll put a little scope in there and see what's there. Oh boy, this is material universe. They need a blockbuster, man. Something to get everybody's attention because the movie is so lousy, getting lousier every year. More and more humdrum and boring. That's something that has to. So that's why we have our extravaganza. We got to show how this is extraordinary happiness, man. To chant the holy name in ecstasy. Oh, to serve that name is transcendental. Show the world this name is real, substantial, full of real potency, man. Let's sow these oats around. Yeah. Traction to the name. What else? There's no other life here. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead there, Lalita. Read on.
Okay. Oh my Lord. Please don't place me in any situation where I may deviate from the absolute truth. Forgetting that you are, you are the Supreme Lord. And I am your eternal servant.
Look how lucky we are, man. You know, we're not placed in the place. Look how many people are in illusion. And look at us. We must have that boon of Murari, you know, not to be placed where we're deviating from the absolute truth. Can you imagine? We're living in a world. How many people are chanting Hare Krishna in this town? We're probably only ones, two out of millions or thousands. I don't know. Maybe there are a million people here in Cancun and this, and that goes for all your. How many people are chanting the Lord's name in ecstasy, tasting this bliss? That's how small, and we're one of those. We got that boon of Murari, not deviating from the absolute truth. Yeah. What is absolutely true is the name of God chanting it in ecstasy. It is absolutely true. That is true love. There is no other love that's real. You have to love that name of God. The Lord came here and gave his name in this Kali Yuga. And whoever loves that name loves God. You don't love that name, you are a bullshitter. You are a liar. You are a cheat. You are a flim flam man. You're selling snake oil. Yeah. I want some, please. We need more salesmen for the holy name, man. People who could see, boy, that name must be holy, man. It's not full of holes like everything else in this world. Everything else full of holes. That's holy, man. It contains the holy. You can see, man, there's a container for holiness, man. Nobody knows what real holiness is until you see somebody chanting the holy name like Lord Chaitanya did, or their devotees did. You know, nobody knows. Oh, the holy name is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, or jumping up and down in some superficial kirtan and not relishing the name, tasting its glories, communing with God, calling out, addressing the Lord, you know, serving the Lord's transcendental happiness. Where do we need to see this, man? See what it looks like. Okay? But that's only where you see the abode of that grace. See, so we're making people. You got to be that kind of temple, man. You don't need any big expensive temples to build. No, you know, they build all these big expensive temples, but nobody in there is chanting with the expensive name. We don't see that that valuable name. This is what we need to see: is the valuable name. You know, otherwise, all the emphasis is always external. You know, external devotion, big temples, big pandals, big seats, big pride, big sticks, but no big bhakti. Nobody cares about big bhakti. They see big bhakti here every day, and they pay it no mind. Oh, really? No, we're into big temples, not big bhakti.
Big show.
Big show bottle.
Show bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
Paraphernalia.
Yeah. See, people
Money.
they have they have the wrong standard. They need this is the real standard, man. You know, the big bhakti standard.
Yeah, they have the big checklist, but
Big checklist, everything but big bhakti. Oh, big bhakti is the last on the checklist. It's not even there. It's so small. It's so unimportant. Big bhakti. Because there's no way we're going to have big bhakti. Don't you know the biggest gurus say big bhakti is very far away from you? Oh, big bhakti, big prema. That was many lifetimes, man. Just purify all your material desires. Get first deserve, then desire. Yeah, no.
It's interesting that the smashing the tables in the churches. The tables are turning. We've got to bang the tables, and before we use them for firewood, we can jump on them. You know, the tables are being turned. You've got to go into these institutions and show them. Checklist, no good.
Yeah.
Here's Bhakti.
Yeah.
You've got to show them.
You got to turn the tables. See, the table. They say this is the food. This is the food in the temple. It's all external. You know, everybody. This. No, we got to change the tables. Turn them.
another dish.
Yeah, put the real dishes out there, man. You know, the real dish. Yeah. Basically, the people just got to. You got to hear from devotees who understand by revelation. These things. I mean, I'm amazed. This ecstatic chanting, I look at the verses and they mean, I understand their meaning. Otherwise, I had no understanding. You can't understand these without ecstatic worship. It's all external. You just see the story. It's just a big story. These stories, Krishna, let me read you Krishna book, put you to sleep. Lull you to sleep. People, they don't know. There's these stories that have meaning. They mean something. They're esoteric. They're codes.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're beautiful, but when you explain Krishna book, they don't want to hear the explanation.
Just tell us this. Yeah.
Just
They just want their lottery fund. They want their government lottery fund, the ISKCONs. Lottery fund.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, yeah, they're not awakened. See, that's the thing. And it's so funny, like Lilita was talking about, his hands and feet are everywhere. And she says, oh, it was not literal. But actually, it is literal. Actually, it is literal. Everyone is a servant of the Lord.
Yeah.
So in that context, Advaita was explaining it's okay, his hands and feet are everywhere. That's why the devotees see the Lord is everywhere, because even the demons are being used by the Lord. They're his servants. Everything. That's why you see creation, maintenance, and destruction in the material world is all done by his servants. And he's behind all of that. That's how the devotees, they come to that as Uttamadhikari realization. His hands and feet are everywhere. And so they don't see like, well, this person is against God and this person is for God, or this person is a demigod, this person is a demon. Everybody, whether they know it or not, is owned and used by the Lord's purpose. Even though they may think that, so the Lord's hands and feet are everywhere. Yeah,
but
go ahead.
that's not literally what you say. That's still the meaning that you give. You still give a meaning.
Mm-hmm.
The discussions that I had with them is really literally, really.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's literally even for them, but they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Yeah. See, they got to understand that the Lord is working through all his potencies.
Yeah.
Whether it's demons or demigods, everybody serves. It's like that Sodom and Gomorrah story. The angels told the 5 people, go and leave because, you can escape this. See, you can escape this But we're going to destroy this Sodom and Gomorrah. Who did that? It was actually God destroyed that. But how did he do it? See, in the verse, he did it through sulfur and brimstone. See, that's how the demons do it. See, it's through sulfur and brimstone, through the kind of a demoniac way. See, so the Lord is using those persons. He uses treachery. He uses deception. See, it says the Lord's going to bring strong delusion. See, the Lord does it. See, but whoever is saved from that delusion is saved by the Lord, not to fall under it. So certain people fall under that delusion. That's also the will of the Lord. See, that's why ultimately people think it's all, they're fighting, fighting against this. They want to, but that's all part of the Leela. Everybody, whether you're under the delusion or outside of the delusion, you're facilitating the delusion, or you're not you're not participating in the delusion. It's all the will of the Lord, and everybody is a servant in that way. And you start to see it as a pastime. Everything is, even in the material, Devi Dham. This is Devi Dham. It's a Dham of the God, and he is, it's like, okay, you want to be in this pastime? Here, come to Devi Dham. You can participate in my Leela here.
It's a comedy. It's like a comedy, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you see people doing what they do, and it's like a divine comedy. You see Krishna working in everybody, and as you share in your classes, you're not hateful, you're not loving particularly either, because they're unawoke. A lot of persons, there's no attraction for persons who are not deep into relationship, spirit-filled relationship.
Yeah.
It's like a comedy, just seeing all this going on around us.
It's more than because it's everything. It's just like there's comedy here. There's thrilling. It's thrilling. It's full of horror. It's full of and see, these are all rasas, even in the material world. Everything is here. But it's all the reflection. That's even the spirit. Like in Vrindavan, when Putana, that was part of the Leela. They got to taste the horror Leelas, looking at Putana when she showed her real form. They go around, ugh, yuck.
I love that. I love that pastime.
Yeah. So, but it's all spiritual. Just like also, the Lord's going to take sannyas, right? And the pitiful condition of Mother Yashoda or Mother Sachi is pitiful. But it's also, this is transcendental sadness and very relative. The Lord was cracking up. Even you could see he was choking up from all of this, looking at his mother. He was relishing this. Wow, what love she has for me. Oh, it's so, it's so relishable. And she's also, even though it sounds piteous, see, it's her nature. She doesn't know any different. It's like, it's like people, they're sad and all that, but it's miserable. They don't like it, but what are they going to do? They're caught up in it. She's also caught up in this divine sadness. It's her nature. It's very relishable, even though you look at anything, that's really pitiful, like people in the material world. No, it's pitiful like people in the spiritual world who are relishing very fantastic ecstasy in their separation from the Lord. This is a symptom of love. You don't feel like that unless you really strongly love God. There's no way you can feel that. The Lord hadn't even left, and she was already feeling the separation. Can you imagine? He was right there still. And she's
very exciting.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. It's so exciting. The Lord's full of mysteries. That's what it says, isn't it? God is mysterious, but we get an insight, but who knows how he's going to play anything. It's also, it keeps us hanging on the edge of our seat. I'm excited every day.
Yeah. It's great. It's a great lifestyle, huh? New life.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. And all it does is grow. It's just an eternal adventure. This is the spiritual potency. is wonderful like this. This is what we're here to. We're here to teach this, to share this, to help people participate in this higher happiness, this greater happiness, unlimited happiness of the name. Oh man, unlimited bliss. I mean, this morning I was chanting, it's like, how can this get so good? I don't understand. This is so the revelations that come. Oh my God, what the name means, to you, and it's just, yeah. So yeah. So go ahead, Lalita, read some more. Tom, why don't you read a little bit? You read a little bit. Let's give him a little chance. Give everybody a chance.
Hare Krishna.
Very good reading.
We were. Can you tell me the place?
Yeah, I will say 358, or in the middle, wherever you descend, accompanied by your.
Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita. Oh, whoa, Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Oh, thank you. Wow. Okay, I'm there. Thank you, Shri Haridas. Thank you, Jay. Wherever you descend, accompanied by your eternal associates, I desire to be there as your insignificant servitor. The Lord replied, so be it. So be it. I grant.
Yeah, it's such a privilege to wherever a devotee really is, a real devotee who has real intimate relationship with the God. That's where the Lord is. And if you're there too, you're very fortunate. You're very fortunate to be part. It's like being part of where Jesus was when he was here. When Jesus was here, he had those 11 people. People didn't know at the time, not clearly, how wonderful that is to be part of that. Look, we still remember these devotees, Paul, Peter, John. Why? Because they were with Jesus. Could you think you would remember them if he wasn't there? See, but wherever Jesus is, that's where God is. Wherever Jesus is, that's where God is. And those who are his intimate devotees, that's where they are too. Okay? So, and even if a devotee comes themselves, wherever the devotee is, that's where God is. And if you're there too, that means you're part of that. You'll be remembered. Otherwise, nobody's remembered here. These devotees will not be remembered. If you just die of Vaidhi Bhakti, you're not going to be remembered. Because you don't remember the eternal Lord yet. You don't know what it is. Remembering the eternal Lord is to be in sadhu sangha and remember the Lord amongst real devotees. And if that's available, then you haven't remembered God yet, and nor will you be remembered. You're not born yet. You're still in the womb. You have to be twice born to enter the kingdom of God. Otherwise, you're in the womb still. You'll take another birth until you're born, twice born. Not with just the thread. That ain't enough. Still material. You still study in the Vedas. You don't understand by revelation, by intimacy yet. This is a great opportunity. Anybody who hears this message and comes to associate with these great devotees here, who are devoted to the eternal pastimes of the Lord, who are participating in them. This is the pastimes of God, man. This is his confidential pastime, no different than when he was here as Lord Chaitanya. We know that. We feel that. I feel that. Many of you are feeling that. And if you don't feel that, you're not real yet, man. You're just out there in Vaidhi land. There are millions of guys like you. You're not alive yet. You haven't passed through the birth canal. Okay? So those who get the association of real
Oh, Hare Krishna. I really want to say something because before I forget. So we are in this marginal position of either both being a Vaidhi Bhakta or a Shuddha Bhakta. We are in this marginal position. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna,
Guru
Krishna.
Maharaj, you are frozen. Do you know
Yeah,
that?
we can chant Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yes. Can I say, just
Yeah.
listening to you? So we are in this marginal position, being Vaidhi Bhakti and being in this Shuddha Bhakti. You are in this marginal position, meaning this is a mixed situation, being in this human body in this time, and that's my I have to choose. I want to be pure, not mixed.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
in
Well,
the
you
Bhakti.
just associate with unmotivated devotees who are motivated by the spiritual taste. See, so just by being around devotees like that, that's how you get. There's no other path to this. People want to purify themselves first. Better to be around devotees who worship the Lord purely like this, because they, know, for no other material motive. Their motive is spiritual. No, just to commune with God.
So it's
You know,
about
just-
knowing your own motivation, your own intentions.
Well, that'll be revealed. If it's not, all that stuff is revealed. You see, after a while, you just want to worship like you get a taste for this kind of worship. The Lord gives you a taste, and then you realize, oh, there's no other reason to worship the Lord other than it's just so beautiful, it's so perfect, it's so real, it's so eternal, it's so perfect. Not, you're not thinking, well, let me worship the Lord so I can get something else or something material. A lot of people do that. They don't know this, therefore they worship the Lord for some motive. They have faith in scriptures. Oh, if you worship God, you can get this, you can get that, you can get this, you can be a guru, you could be a spiritual master, you can, this or that. It's always, so people, it gives them some impetus, and gradually, they figure it out.
We are so taught, so conditioned to live in this, to live this way, to grasp the material qualities. So it became a habit. So we have to get out of that habit.
Oh, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
Sadhu Sangha.
Wherever you descend, I want to repeat this sentence. Wherever you descend, accompanied by your eternal associates, I desire to be there as your insignificant servitor.
Yeah, the key word is eternal associates. See, if you can recognize where the Lord's eternal associate is, then you've nailed it, because then you just go there. See, can you tell a person who has attained? See, the thing is, you have to figure out, okay, what is an eternal associate? See, so, well, the name is eternal. We know that. And a person associated with that name will be able to extract the beauty of that name out of that. It's because it's eternal. It's the most beautiful object of meditation in the whole universe. So who is showing that name is the most beautiful object in the universe? Simple. Okay? Who is relishing that beauty? Who is tasting that beauty? It's that simple, but it is so hidden from people because they don't know this gold standard. See, they've been replaced by checklist standards, something external. Okay? That's why it says, the verses all say these things in Chaitanya Lila, the essence. It's not through renunciation, austerities, or mantra chanting, or sadhana, or pious deeds that one attains Krishna Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. See, they are, you can see that person is in an immortal relationship because the name is God and they're experiencing that. Okay? Otherwise, nobody really knows the Lord. They don't know that name. They don't know the glories of the name yet, personally. They can't relate to those glories. They don't experience those glories. It's that simple. It's really, really, really simple. But if you hear it explained from real devotees, then it'll be very easy to understand. Otherwise, it's impossible. You get all these speculators always juggling the scriptures. All these gurus are just juggling the script. They don't know them. They don't know the pure, simple truth unless you could see with your own eyes, they're not cheating you. Unless you could see that they love that name and they have the extraordinary symptoms of loving that name, you're being cheated. And they're cheating themselves. They may get so full of their false ego. Oh, I'm actually representing Vrindavan. See, that's what they think they know. This is the problem. They think they know. They speculate they know, but they don't. You got to show that you know. Show us. Show us that you know that name, that you love that name. I was in the Rhythm group. I could not see for a whole year and a half that person loved the name or not. I really didn't see it. It was always a no-show. That's something like that. I couldn't really honestly say. I mean, we got to be honest. Can you see somebody really loves the name of God and has the extraordinary symptoms that the Lord showed that he loved the name of God? So it's time to get honest, not no big fluff thing. Oh yeah, he's these persons are so fantastic. They're so great. These stories and all that, and it's all just stories. I don't know. Show me, show us that you love God, that you love his name. You show me that you love his name, then I'll know you love God. Otherwise, I don't know. Nobody knows. It's just a big no-show. Maya's good at that. She's always hiding things, right? She hides the truth. So what are we doing? We're here to expose the truth. Expose her game. And if people are unwilling to hear, then they don't know. They want to hide in the darkness. Oh, you want to hide in the darkness of ignorance? Go ahead. We're here to expose the truth so people can be set free. That's why I never seen when I was in the Rhythm group, I never saw ecstatic love in anybody. Can you believe it? Always no show. No, so nobody knows. It's always, people can, in their mind, say, oh, it's so fantastic. This is the purebhakti.com and everything. But you never see the pure bhakti. It's all etiquettes and pride. Lots of pride there, man. Lots of emphasis on being something. But where is this bhakti, man? Where's the love of the name? It's that simple, man. This is what people need to see. Who really loves the name? That's your guru. That's your stick. The pointer stick. You never seen these pointers, green pointers in the sky? They point somewhere, right? Well, you got a sannyas stick. Point. Let's see. Where are you pointing? Where are you pointing that stick? It's got to point to something. Well, I'm pointing towards pride. That's Krishna conscious. No. You got to point to the ecstatic level. Where are you pointing people? Where are you directing them? Where was Lord Chaitanya directing them? To ecstatic worship, yes or no? That's why I write these things, and people say, oh, how weird. He's writing things about the glories of ecstatic devotion. How weird. How weird. Yeah, the person you're worshiping, your worship is weird. That's what I say. This worship is weird. Yeah. Go ahead, Tom.
Yes. Thank you. I see this laser beam, like we are pointing. There's our laser beam. But when we ask them, what is your target? They are very vague.
Yeah, well, that's how it is. You're vague in your mind. You're not clear. That's why ultimately they see you come to the real devotee, the real empowered devotee who's empowered with real bhakti, real sight. They're not blind. But if you go and this is what people do, they no, we're not blind. We're not blind. Yeah, they project their blindness on the devotee. They say, oh, he's sahaja. Oh, he's this, he's that. Well, that's blind. The blind people do that. And if you're a blind person yourself, you might believe them. Usually you do, because they're more aggressive. Although I'm pretty aggressive too, they aggressively go against, I aggressively counter. That's just my nature, a kind of a warrior spirit, I like to forcibly attack Maya. She's attacking everybody else. Why not we attack her? She's bewildering everybody with lies, so why don't we just wake them up with truth? Whoever will listen will go back to the spiritual world very quickly. It's all about hearing. Whoever is convinced that, hey, man, we got something to say. Hey, man, maybe I don't agree with Hare, but, he's interesting. Maybe I gotta listen some more. Let's check it out. Yeah. And then you'll see, you get your greatest dividends. This is, you want to invest time, you invest your time here. You get the best rewards. Yeah. Transcendental rewards, which is, birth's freedom. That's just the perk. That's just on the back burner. Freedom from the cycle of birth and death. That is like you don't even think about it. Devotees, they're not thinking about, I want to be free of birth and death. What do I like? I don't mind coming. Yeah, come here and preach. I love this I love standing up for the truth and liberating souls. Isn't that why the Lord comes? He does this all the time. What did Murari ask for? Oh, birth after birth. Let me come whenever you're here. And the Lord is always here. He's coming in this universe, that universe, another one, man. It's exciting to liberate, to taste the glories. You do this in the spiritual world. Same thing. The spiritual atmosphere is developed just by glorifying God. So you do that here and you liberate zillions of souls. Oh, it's a great taste. That's why the Lord continues his devotees. They're Leela avatars. We're doing that kind of work here. Now, in 2022. Yeah, who else is doing? Look, I'm here in Playa del Carmen, and we're the only two people chanting here right now. Probably, maybe others are doing because they're thinking, "Wow, we saw those guys yesterday chanting Hare Krishna. They're already on the street chanting Hare Krishna now." I walk down the street. Where's your music? They're getting addicted, attached to feeling good. They're all masked up now, and they think, "Wow, I got some relief coming. It's people are coming into hell to help us." But basically, that's what it is. It's a hell now down here. Yeah. People can't get any. The enjoyment is all restricted. They got to have a mask in the restaurants now and walk. The tables are all taken. Get no more. You go to get a cup of coffee and can't find a table to sit down to have it now because it's restricted, and they have a big sign. Less people can be in here now. Oh, Even I get a little like, my God, I can't even sit down and have my coffee somewhere and do my Java Japa thing.
You can't sit close to others, Guru Maharaj? Is that
No,
what you say?
are you kidding? No, yeah, you can't sit close. You know,
Oh, yeah.
yes, because these variants, see more fear. You know, lots of fear.
Yeah.
This is fear is how is how the Maya controls. So anyway, the Lord wants to help people. You know, so we help people come out of fear. I mean, what is the other medicine, really? You know, the fear is there because people believe in the word. They believe in the Maya. That's the thing. They believe in the Lord's Maya, and then they're limited, putting more and more limitation. Yeah, that's why you get that lizard brain type thing. You know, you become just fear, fight, and flight, and you know, and also you can't think, you can't consider, you can't think. You're like a lizard. You know, you can't analyze your situation. You're just programmed. You know, and you act like a bot. You know, like a bot. You program. You ever see these bots on the computer? They're just programmed, and they follow the formula. This is what they want. You know, this is my. You like that? Well, just follow the program of Maya, man. That's what she's doing. You become like a bot, you know, programmed, and you lose your sovereignty. See, that's why to regain our sovereignty, we have to be in the Lord's transcendental nature, not in his material nature. The material nature is very dark, and yeah. Go ahead, Tom.
So this is also about eternal conditioned and eternal liberated. The eternal conditioned, they are stuck, they are absorbed in these business models that are not conclusive. They're absorbed in these mindset and this business models. But they cannot get out. They need help to get out. They need example.
Yeah, they need help. They need the association of devotees that are in the truth. That's why Jesus said, the truth will set you free. He was in the truth. He lived in the truth. Devotees, they live in the truth. They remember Krishna and they remind others of Krishna. They remember the truth and remind others of the complete truth, the eternal truth. They help extract people out of, you ever see these Green Berets or Navy SEALs? They go into a situation when people are captured and they pull them out. They need a specialist. See, they need somebody that's specially trained to get them out. That's the real devotee. They're the heroes in this world. They extract you out of the Lord's Maya. Nobody else is like a Navy SEAL like them. They're highly trained to do this. Otherwise, the Maya is so strong. She's like a fortress. You can't get out on your own. People are trapped in all these groups, even all these different paths. That's why Jesus said, I have sheep in many different folds. People are trapped in these various paths. They're very slow, you know, but that's all they know. And if they meet a realized devotee, they're on their way out, even though they may not get it right away, but the seeds have been sown just by brushing up against the devotee. That's considered devotional service, just by seeing, you know, people go to get darshan. So even though you see a devotee in this world, you're getting darshan of the real Lord, his transcendental potency. You may not recognize it right away, but that has its effect. Okay. Gradually, you begin to realize the value of that association, and then you start to like you guys, you come here every day. You see its value. Here, remembering Krishna and reminding others and associating with other ecstatic devotees, you see the value. Okay? Now you're really gonna move fast. That's why people move fast here, because you're in the right place for fast movement. Okay? How can you not be close to God when you're around people that are close to God? That's simple. If you're around people that are far more distant from the Lord, how can you not be more distant from the Lord? Okay? When you're up close to a devotee close to the Lord, you start to see what that looks like. Otherwise, nobody knows. All I know is from my own experience, I've got the best. I've got the best experience. I experienced the best closeness, and I experienced the best revelations that I've to date. Okay? That's why I always like Prabhupada's books. I could see this person has the best realizations of the Bhakti Vinod, Bhakti Siddhanta also, Rupa Goswami, all these devotees. I can see they have the best. But then I come across people that don't have the best. Even in contemporary living persons, I say, hey, they don't have the best. They say they have the best. Okay? So anyway, if you're lucky because of your association, either in this life or a previous one, you'll understand what is a really high quality, high caliber truth, without the speculation, the real thing, the real deal. And ultimately, Lord Chaitanya's Leela in reality is the greatest quality. It's the greatest revelation of the absolute truth. And that's why if you meet real associates, then you'll get a grasp of the real Leela. Oh, he's not. I mean, I was listening to this guy reading, Chaitanya Leela yesterday. Maybe you ran across him. They're just imitating what I'm doing, really, And anyway, he's reading Chaitanya Charitamrita. Completely dry, completely boring, completely external.
His name is Chaitanya.
Maybe, I think so. It's just completely external, completely like mundane. And I mean, the people they think when they're reading it, well, you see, I'm reading the Leela. If he really wanted to read, he would be here where you could see devotees have intimacy with Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna, and then you hear and get purified. But no, they want to go directly. See, they just do it directly, and therefore they stay mundane or they make very slow progress. And people, they get more views, because there are more people that don't have this. They're not connoisseurs. They don't know any different. They think, oh, well, Gaur Hari and Lalita and anybody, Johan, anybody reading in ecstasy, oh, that's lower even, they think. That's Sahaja. Let me go listen to a dry person read the Leela. See, people don't even know the real standard. Yeah, you listen to the vibration, it's material. It's like, ooh, this is why this Leela, or even the name, it cannot be chanted by mundane senses. You have to be awakened. You got to get the taste. Yeah. And that's why, again, you need to come into association with real devotees. Or otherwise, all your chanting is just to bring you into association to those who chant the holy name with great ecstasy. See, now you're going to start to learn something about what is really Krishna. If you chanted for 50 years and it brought you to the devotee, there you go. That's the fruit of that. See? Because then, because say you just chanting and you're studying the Vedas and everything, then it's like that verse that Lalita was trying to understand. See, then after many lifetimes of chanting and studying the scriptures and doing austerities and doing it again and again and again, see, and then you get the taste somehow. That's called sadhana siddha, after many lifetimes. But that may or may not happen. See? Best is whatever you've done, if it brings you to the devotees, oh man, your taste is going to be awakened quickly. Okay? You don't have to go all this hard, many lifetime trips. See, people need to know that. Otherwise, you go, why you were doing things the hard way? What, this doesn't sound reasonable? This is not real? Isn't that what the Leela's all talking about? The association of the Lord's devotees is the wild card? Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
And it's so much condensed in this one sentence. Wherever you descend, accompanied by your eternal associates, I desire to be there as your insignificant servitor. This desire has to come out of the dormant situation.
Well, yeah, you see, his desire will bring him into that situation, because the Lord always has whatever you desire, he's bringing you to.
Yeah.
See, if you're desiring something material, your desire will bring you to that. See, this is where the Buddhist teaching falls short. The Buddha says it is desire that causes suffering, and he's right, partially. But it is also desire for the truth that is the end of suffering. They don't speak about that. It's always half truths. Everything in the world, half truth, half truth. Everything is complete in Krishna. That's why the devotee, you go to the devotee, you get the complete truth that even the Buddhist path won't help you. That's why it takes so long. You only get half truths, half truths. You know, like all kinds of half truths. You know, the truth, the path of happiness is the greatest path. Find the path of happiness, but they don't explain what that path of happiness is. Happiness is communion with the Lord. That's the real path. That is true happiness. Without communing with the transcendental Lord in practical ways, like chanting his name, you haven't found the source of real happiness. So just happiness is the path on its own? No, that happiness is that bliss of Radha, that because she's blissful, because she's in communion with God, with Krishna. She is the abode of bliss because of attachment to Krishna, the shelter of bliss. See, they're together, eternal consorts. So you know that Buddhism doesn't teach this. Nobody teaches this unless you're a real devotee and you understand your happiness is God, in the true God, the transcendental Lord. I mean, if people understood what real treasure is the devotees, man. To be in association of devotees so that you can chant the Lord's name and experience the greatest happiness and bliss that is immortal, eternal, and busts the bonds of illusion. No more birth and death for you when you can taste this name. If you people understood that, if you Vaidhi Bhaktas understood that, you would be delivered in this very life. You're hanging around people who don't taste the holy name like you see with your own eyes here. And this is what it's all about, is this kind of sadhu sangha. And no bullshit sadhu sangha. No shows, oh, we've got it, but we don't show it. We don't show you what life is. We don't show you what true happiness is. Therefore, we're just no shows. Therefore, even after the Narayan Raj left, people still don't know what is real life. Why? Because it wasn't shown. Then they see it here, real life, and they go against it. Oh, what are you doing? We're showing what real life is. We're showing what real happiness is. We're showing what the shelter of real bliss is. We're showing what Radharani really is. We're showing her happiness. We're showing her love. We're showing Krishna. Everything is on the show, on the stage of the world now. Otherwise, nobody knows. The secret is dies. Everybody's been a pirate. Dead men tell no tales, right? That's all we got are dead men in this world preaching Krishna consciousness. They're still dead, and they don't tell the tale of ecstatic love. You know, show the fairy tale of what it is to be immortal and eternal. Yeah. This is what it's all about, man. Showing the world what real life is. Show them what is the real God. Boldly. You think I care, Maya? You're always trying to hide things. Too bad, man. There's a new kid in town now. You've been hogging the show here, hiding everything, hiding the true Lord. It's time for a change. Time for a new world order. This is the new normal. It's going to be normal to see ecstatic devotees in this world, ecstatically worshiping God, just like they do in Vrindavan and Vaikuntha and all the spiritual worlds. You're going to know what real bliss is in this world. Okay? So we're here to fulfill your demons' desires of the new world order and the new normal. You'll even like this new normal. You'll like this new world order, ordered under bliss, under the name, under the true name of God, man. You know, the true God, you know, and the God of Lucifer, man. You know, the one he really worships and he hides. Lucifer's always hiding the real God. That's his work. Well, we're here to expose that. You know, he's always deceiving, right? Deceiving, deception, lies, cheats, and all that. We're going to just truth. Overcome all the lies of Lucifer, deceptions. Wake them up, man. Take those masks off. Unmask God. The people's, give them strength again. Make them all souped up men and women. Soup them up. Go ahead, Tom. Read on.
The Lord replied, "So be it. So be it. I grant you this boon." Hearing this, a jubilant uproar from the devotees filled the air. All the Vaishnavas devotees were naturally very affectionately disposed to Murari, who was always compassionate to all living beings. Such was the purity of Murari's devotion, that merely his presence would transform anywhere into a holy place of pilgrimage, as transcendental as Vaikuntha. It is impossible to describe the greatness of Murari. Even the Supreme Person, Supreme Lord, advanced for the pleasure of Murari.
Yeah, well, see, that's the secret. Again, the Lord advanced for the pleasure of his devotees. Otherwise, they're not happy in this world. You got to be around the devotee where the Lord comes and shows his pleasure to that devotee, and then you can see it with your own eyes what it looks like. Otherwise, the Lord is inconceivable and incomprehensible and unattainable. You got to see where the Lord lives inside somebody that he's not inside. Of most people, he's not inside, not awakened. He's all dormant. Nobody sees. No show. You got to see where the Lord's show is. He says, well, my devotees in this world, I must make them satisfied. And then you'll see extraordinary symptoms of that happiness, extraordinary knowledge. You'll see knowledge that you never see anywhere. You'll see ecstasy that you never seen anywhere in this world. It's very uncommon, isn't it? Isn't that why they can't understand us, Karuna? Huh? They can't understand this. They don't see it enough. And they think, oh, it can't be real because our gurus aren't showing this. Our buddies are not showing this. Therefore, it can't be real. Oh, really? No, it is real. Because our buddies are showing it. Our buddies are witnessing it, right? Our buds are friends. You see, River is saying, very good. I like this, man. Lalita Kang, yes, I want this every day. I want to Krishna. I just want to kiss him. And so she reads Govinda Lilamrita. Lots of kisses in that book, huh? Go ahead, Tom. Read on.
Yes. It's impossible to describe the greatness of Murari. Even the Supreme Lord advanced for the pleasure of Murari. Lord Chaitanya then declared, all of you listen carefully. If anyone criticizes Murari, he cannot be saved by a million dips in the Ganga. In fact, the baths in the Ganga...
See, that's the thing. The bottom line is, and Murari, that's any intimate associates. And that's why that's the secret, is if you become favorable to devotees, real devotees, then you overcome everything, all obstacles. They remove all obstacles as your favorability to a devotee. That's simple. And your obstacles are just always heaped on you by being unfavorable. See, because they're here to remove the obstacles. So until the obstacle is removed of your unfavorability to the real devotees here preaching real, conclusive truth and ecstatic worship, when it's here and available, once that's removed, then your way to the transcendental world is clear, otherwise full of obstacles until it's removed. And that's often part of the removal process, is you got to just keep going against the devotee. And after a while, you realize, I've been just banging a hammer on my nail. What am I doing this for? Why did I stop banging? You know how many people became enlightened just going against the devotees because they finally figure it out somehow. The Lord gives them intelligence. See? And then whatever you did was perfect. Oh yeah, that led you here. That's why I say, if you're sick and you come here, oh, very good. Bless your sickness. God bless your sickness. It brought you here. Oh, you went against devotees and you hated them, and it brought you here to now appreciate them. Oh, that's great. Great path you followed. Whatever brings you here into realization of the real path. See how Nartam praised the spiritual master as so important, pivotal in your life. Our preaching is pivotal in the lives of devotees. See, they pivot. See, they pivot away from, slow paths and illusions and misdirection. They pivot. See, they're able to go right to be directed. See, the direct path. Go ahead, Tom.
Yes. They don't know how to appreciate this quality, this ecstasy. They have no clue. They cannot. They have to learn to see the value of this worshipping, of this level.
Well, that's why we have these discussions. Anybody can watch the video, but if you don't, that means the darkness is more real to you. You want the darkness more. You like to keep it. You're not ready to appreciate. You believe in darkness more. It's just like, you try to change these people that wear masks, mind. You ever try to tell them really shouldn't do that? You get very angry. They believe that. They believe that mask is going to stop a virus from coming through, which is not even logical. They think that if you're not sick, you should be wearing those. See, what they're teaching is totally illogical. They believe that you need it, even though you're not sick, you need to test. This is ridiculous. Even doctors who can think straight say, what is this? We're treating people that are not even sick and making them sick, putting them under the rules of the sick. They're not even sick. They're a case. Oh yeah, they got this genetic material that we've amplified 40, 50 times, and then we make a mountain out of a molehill. That's really the truth, but people don't understand it. Even the doctors, real doctors, they say, what is going on? We never practiced like this. We never made people like a part of sick people that aren't sick. They just, you notice, oh, there's so many cases. These people aren't sick, most of them. They're just a case of genetic material magnified 45 friggin' times. They're called a PCR test. It is the most ridiculous thing, and people believe the lie. See? Why? Because you don't have association with devotees who believe the truth, who understand the truth, who can think straight. This is being able to logically deduce things goes all the way up through religion until you meet the truth, the example of the truth, man, is a devotee. See, they're the living truth. They're Satchidananda in the world, right? Isn't truth? Isn't chit? Isn't that real knowledge? Real knowledge on all levels. Real knowledge of how people are being bewildered and how to extract them out of it. But if you don't listen to people in real knowledge, then how can you take advantage? See, that's why even a religion, you have to abandon religion at some point, because religion is full of material motivation and it contaminates your worship of God. You have to worship the Lord with unmotivated love for the Lord. That's why Gaur Govinda wanted to leave. He couldn't stand it, being in religion. He prayed to take me out. He prayed, take me out of this rat's nest of religion that people call ISKCON. He couldn't stand it. People, they didn't appreciate ecstatic worship. Always giving him troubles. See, too close. That's why I thank God that Krishna removed me from, now I can preach to them if they want. You want to abandon religion? You want to stay in religion? If not, die in ISKCON. Die. Go ahead, die in there. Die with your material motivated gurus who don't show you what real bhakti is, real devotion is. You obviously you don't, you're not ready. Take another lifetime or two to really call out to God that please show me your face, your true face, that we show every day, God's true face. Yeah. So how many lifetimes it takes you to call out like that? Then the Lord will listen and give you your desire, because you'll be ready to listen. Ready to see. What is real worship of the deity? What is real intimacy? What does the real spiritual world look like here? See, the devotee shows all these things, teaches all these things. All the essence of everything is taught by the devotee and nobody else. That's if they're even teaching it. Prabhupada was hiding it. Bhaktivinoda was hiding it. They were 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 hiding it. Luckily, they put it in their books. Thank God. Sorry, we can't show you what the spiritual world looks like. You'll freak out too much. You'll do what they still do to us, right? Ooh, back to you. Go ahead, Tom.
Yes, they are not authorized distributors. I like these words. They are not. They are faking. They have something. They are not authorized distributors. So it's of no use to listen to their.
Yeah, well, you know, people believe. See, it's the devotees who worship the Lord in ecstasy purely from a purified heart. Blessed are the pure in heart; they shall see God. You need to be around people like that. Jesus was like that. His disciples' hearts became purified like that. See, you have to be around beings their hearts are purified. Not those who are in religion, even. There's still contamination there.
This is also something I'm thinking of a lot. Yes, we can approach them, or they can approach us. But when we approach them, they can easily feel offended, become angry, and believe they believe their business model is becoming destroyed when we approach them.
Mm.
So it's better that they approach us.
Well, maybe a little bit of both. Devotees have to go to otherwise they'll never come. That's why the Lord comes here. They won't know come back to him. They don't know the way. He has to come and show the way. Devotees have to come and show the way. So it's a little bit of both. Attract people's attention. A little propaganda.
Yeah, to shake them, to make them awake.
Yeah, get their attention, to get them to look over here. That's why I write these little things. I use the word ISKCON or something that immediately, what? Mention our name? Let's look. Otherwise, they don't look. Jai Pataka, what? He called my name? What's he saying about me? Narayan Raj, he mentioned Narayan Raj's name. What's he saying about Narayan Raj? See, now you get their interest. The Lord would do the same thing. He would name people. Devananda Pandit. Oh, the Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, the guy in Varanasi, the Mayavadi sannyasi. Mention names. Call them out. Personal. See, everybody's playing a part.
Yeah, call them out. Yes. Shall I continue?
Shall you?
Yeah. Lord Chaitanya then declared, all of you listen carefully. If anyone criticizes Murari, he cannot be saved by even 1,000,000 dips of the Ganga. In fact, the baths in the Ganga or even the chanting of Lord Hari's name will certainly destroy such a sinful wretch. Murari Gupta. The Supreme Lord is Gupta, secretly seated in Murari's heart. This is the spiritual import of Murari Gupta's name. The Supreme Lord.
Murari is a bit secretive too, actually. Murari didn't, matter of fact, he was hiding the ecstasy. You could see when he would meet the king, and then he fell down seeing a peacock feather, and then he said, oh, this is epilepsy. See, a little bit of a hider, more of a shy type devotee. But then he brought it out in his songs, though, amongst the devotees when he would sing. He was a singer. Yeah. You know what? I think that's enough for a while. Thank you very much, everybody. Think about all these things, and we'll be back. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Guru Maharaj.
Thank you.
I think it,
Please view the faces that you can see. Let's face it every place. Thank you, everyone. Now I know just where God can stop. Hey, Karuna, how you doing?
hey, Moon, how you doing? Good to see you.
I see you for ages. Was Maharaj gone?
Yes, I think so.
I know, but we're still live.
Jai, Hare Krishna. He'll be back in a few seconds to turn off the stream.
He's not turned off the stream.
He'll come back and turn it off. You know, you've got the 666 over your head.
I've got a hand.
Yeah, he's doing the OK symbol.
Yeah, oh Krishna.
Say again?
Oh Krishna.
Oh,
Okay.
oh Krishna.
Oh Krishna.
Oh Krishna. Are we going to do Hare now?
Yeah, I'd like to have some breakfast. Do her now. I'm going to see Ranga.
Okay.
In fact, should we take him with us?
Oh my God, yeah. We can ask him, see how he feels.
Well, if he's all right, we should go.
Yeah, let's instead of bringing food up to him, let's just go up there and drag him down for Harinam and then go for burrito. Or whatever you want.
Yeah. I want a quesadilla though.
I want to case the dia though.
They're really nice. I really enjoy them. Do you know where Tom finished?
Do you know where what?
Do you know where Tom finished reading?
God, I mean, I think he continued on from Lita was.
I'm gonna ask him.
It's feedback.
From?
I think it's your side. I think.
Why? No, because when I had mine off, it was still doing it.
Maybe it's my side.
You are still like, yeah, we know the stuff. Yeah. Come.
Shiragar Haridas and the all-seeing mouth. Hey, Maharaj.